If you want to grow on LinkedIn, you need better ideas for your content. I don't care if you want a job. I don't care if you're looking to grow an audience, whatever it is, it all comes down to the right ideas. An idea turns into a post. The post gets the engagement and gets you what you want. So it all comes down from the foundation of a good idea. And finding a good idea is not an easy thing, or at least it wasn't before you watched this video. I'm going to give you my 3 favorite methods for finding great ideas for LinkedIn content. These principles can apply to any platform, but we're going to focus on LinkedIn in particular because we create LinkedIn software here at Supergrow. So let's just jump right into it. I don't want to waste any of your time. The first place that you have to go is to LinkedIn itself. Success leaves clues. So the first thing you want to go do is go study your favorite creators. And a pro tip here is go study the creators that are growing right now. A lot of people go and focus on more legacy creators where they already have a massive audience. When you get to that point, it's not as helpful to study their content because if they post almost anything, it's going to get relatively a lot of engagement. So focus on people that have grown rapidly as of late and then break down what is their best performing content. Why is that? Get the why behind the performance and then take those lessons into your content. How you take this a step further is go study on LinkedIn, go study on Twitter, go study the written content platforms if that's what you're going to be posting. Also study LinkedIn for video, carousels, etc. But create a swipe file of the best performing content. We at Supergrow have a free Chrome extension that you can create swipe files from different places online to put together the best ideas for inspiration when you do go to write. So within Supergrow, we have a ton of AI powered writing tools, but you can take that a step further when you take the inspiration from great performing stuff and use that to amplify what you're getting from the AI tools like Supergrow. That's really an absolute hack. Either use the Supergrow Chrome extension or go make something like a Google Sheet or a Notion board, whatever feels right for you, and just create different boards of inspiration for things that have done well, that got the outcome that you're looking to get. Chances are if it worked, it's because the idea was pretty good, right? And you're only one post away from completely changing your situation. So these little things, these little bits of inspiration, these little bits of learning is going to make every future idea that you do better. So the other point from that lesson is to get more content out there. I think a lot of people study, and that's a trap if you're not creating while studying because you don't have any sort of feedback as to if you were on the right track or not. There's a ton of people who are great at content in theory. They can tell you why something would work, but until you've seen it actually in practice, you don't know shit. And so you need to actually go put it into use. And a great place is create your swipe file and then challenge yourself to go make a certain amount of posts based off that swipe file. Take the lessons from there, write down what you took away from it, and then apply it right away into creating content for yourself that's aligned with where you want to go. So that is the first lesson. Go study the content strategy of people that are already out there and use a swipe file to do this. The second place to go to find ideas is platforms that move very quickly. So Twitter is one of the best for this, but even something like TikTok, it's a lot more real time. And there's this running joke where a week later it'll be on LinkedIn. And that's true to a degree because it moves a lot slower with it being an older demographic. It's just not as fast paced in terms of how stuff gets there, topics being covered. And so if you go and find the most rapid things that are coming up within your niche on other platforms that are real time, best being Twitter, you can really get a lot of value and growth just from bringing those ideas and being the first one to bring them to the LinkedIn audience. There's a ton of people finding crazy success in doing this and kind of playing off the meme of it'll be at LinkedIn in a week. There's a degree of truth to that. And so you can benefit tremendously, especially if you're starting from zero, is to be quick to get stuff out. That's a great way where you can stand out against competition. Because if you have someone in your niche that you're competing against who will eventually cover this topic, if they already have an audience and they eventually cover it, let's say you both posted at the same time, the social proof of their followers is going to make people see their response is better than yours, even if it's not. And so what you need to do is beat them. Because if there's nothing there, then it's a true apples to apples comparison because they're seeing yours first. And then if they see that, they're going to interact with it and you can win from that. When I was first growing on my first ever YouTube channel that I got to over 100K subscribers, I purely relied on that. I knew that I couldn't compete with other people who already had social proof. So I had to beat them, give them my insights, and then people were taking it at face value because there weren't other options. If someone already has a huge following, and like I said, it's 2 similar posts, they're going to pick this person, even if you're smarter, they won't care because social proof is so powerful. So that's a hack that you have is go to platforms that move faster, bring that to your audience on LinkedIn ASAP, especially if you are from scratch. You should also be engaging on LinkedIn all the time. We also have tools built into Supergrow to help you do that. If you're growing from zero, you need to be engaging because people need to see your content. And if you have no followers whatsoever, that just can't happen. So you got to be engaging consistently. And then this is a hack to grow from zero, especially. I still think it's worthwhile doing if you have any audience because the early movers advantage is massive and it's easier to get on LinkedIn because people do move a little more slowly. So study other social media platforms, prioritizing ones that are more real time and happen very fast. The best performing content on any platform is valuable to the audience on that platform. And so this is a really big lesson from a social media perspective at large. Certain people that like content only like it on certain platforms. So there might be somebody who watches inspirational content on Instagram, but they don't like that content on YouTube. That happens all the time. And so you want to optimize for the people you're trying to reach in the platform that they're on. It's not enough just to think about who they are, it's to think about how they're consuming on the platform you want to win on. So you have to play into LinkedIn's strengths and play into the mind frame that you know people have when when they're consuming on LinkedIn. And realistically, most of the growth that's come from LinkedIn as of late is because people feel better about using it. It's more business oriented and they can be on it at work, even if they're at the office, because they can say they're being productive. And so you got to play into that. Leverage those things to your advantage and think about what they're missing. This is the biggest lesson is, so if someone's on LinkedIn and it's the only platform they use, it's because they probably are very busy. They have a lot going on. So what don't they have is time. So another way that you can be incredibly valuable to the busy people on LinkedIn is by leveraging something, whether it's tools or your own time, to consolidate information that you know would be valuable for them, creating you as a point of value. Really simple example. Let's say there's a 3-hour podcast that you know is packed full of amazing value that your ideal audience probably doesn't have the time to consume and break down. You just go do that. Present it in a video, a carousel, or a written post, and that's guaranteed to do better than most content out there because it provides obvious value. You get the outcome that you want, that I know that you want, and the fact that I'm speaking to that shows that I know about your problems, and you get it in a way shorter form factor. You're giving something to people. Most people that never grow on any platform, it's because they don't realize it's a value exchange platform. They just want to take. Think about the people that you want to do things for you. How can you make their life better or easier? If you do that, growth is going to come so much easier. So the specific lesson for this one is to go look at longer form content. How can you distill the best moments and really make it impactful? A lot of people are doing this and they're just using AI tools to summarize. I would take it a little step further. I would add more in that's your own unique touch, your own unique voice, and really build a personality through aggregating this to really have more of an impact. And more people will start doing this. The separation will come to those who do it better, those who throw in humor or whatever their natural strengths are. If you're really analytical, break it down. If you're really funny, add in humor, add in the human spice. People want the convenience of AI, but the connection of humans. And so the creators that do that the best, they take advantage of strengths of both elements, they're going to win disproportionately. And you can do that exactly the same. All those methods require work. If you're really tight on time or lazy, try out Supergrow. You can try it completely for free by using the link in the description box down below. There's no credit card required. We have built AI tools that are completely purpose-built for the problem of growing on LinkedIn. So we have tools for you to study your analytics, to help you engage in a more targeted way in a way less time, and to come up with ideas written the way that you want. Whether it's yourself or your favorite creator, you can train the models within Supergrow to sound exactly like the people that you want to sound like. And it's a great way to get content out faster. It's also a great way to give you ideas. And so if you are struggling with ideas entirely, we have an idea generation tool that can give you a ton of proven ideas backed by data with just a simple word prompt. So if you want to learn more about Supergrow and get a walkthrough of it, I've just linked one right here. So go ahead and click this. If you're looking to grow on LinkedIn, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out Supergrow. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.